Alright, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Not going anywhere today, part of the Living in Vermont series yet again. And I figured we'd talk a little bit today about one of the new laws that Vermont has come out with for composting. Vermont can be, in my opinion, a bit of a nanny state at times. A lot of liberals, I guess, transplants, whatever, just have lofty goals, or I don't know how to explain it. Vermont just is weird in its everything as a whole, the politics of it, but the conservative nature of the state, but the liberal nature of the state. It's weird. So anyways, let's get on to it. Let's talk about the compost law that took effect, I believe it was July 1st. So you can no longer throw food scraps in your trash. As I spit on the camera. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get you. There we go. So as of July 1st, you can no longer throw food scraps in the trash. You need to compost in your backyard, or go to a drop-off place. They have several throughout, or if you have a trash collector that offers compost pickup, you can do that as well. So I want to let me do a quick Google search here and let you know what the law says. So food scraps. State law bans food scraps from the trash starting July 1st in 2020. What do we got here? Food scraps are parts of food items that are typically discarded rather than eaten. Peels, rinds, cores, eggshells, seeds, pits, bones, coffee grounds, and filters, loose leaf tea and paper tea bags, and fats, oils, grease. Food that was not finished. So if you don't finish your plate, kids, you're going to have to compost it. Plate scraps are leftovers that went bad. Any type of food can become scraps. Bread, pasta, soup, veggies, fruit, sauces, meat, dairy, sweets, etc. What will I have to do? So this is right from the Vermont Department, I don't know if you can see that, Department of Environmental Conservation, State of Vermont. So yeah, you need to compost everything, according to this. I did see that there is if you compost in the backyard, the law allows you to throw meat, bones, grease in the trash. They don't break down quickly in small-scale compost systems, so you can throw away your meat, your bones, grease, fats, all of that. Now, as with everything, there are unintended consequences with this. And part of it is, I just read an article. Not sure if I can find it. So, according to Vermont Fish and Wildlife, they're saying that composting is possible in bear country, and there's bears all over the state. Vermont has seen an increase of bear-human interaction, so it's important to take a few steps to discourage bears and to manage your compost. Take down your bird feeders, so they can't leave your bird feeders up. When composting, use 3 times as many browns as greens. So your browns include dead leaves, grass clippings, wood chip, sawdust, low-quality household paper products that are shredded or cut up, like tissue paper, egg cartons, paper towels, junk mail, newspaper, paper bags, and cardboard rolls. And then your greens are your kitchen scraps. You want to make sure you turn your pile regularly. You want to compost fresh scraps in an enclosed container. Don't add meat scraps or bones to your compost pile. So if you're doing the backyard, they're saying not to do it. So you want to separate all your compost, separate your food scraps. And then to keep rodents and smaller animals out, line your compost system with a 1/4-inch hardware cloth. Let's face it, people are lazy. They're not going to do it. They're just going to either throw their food scraps in the trash, or they're just going to throw all their compost, all their food scraps in the compost, not turn it, not line it, and then blame the bear for showing up. There's been a couple of bears already shot this year because of human interactions, getting comfortable being around humans. So people, general species, were lazy. We don't want to put in the work to do it. We have 2 compost bins that I'll show you here in a minute. And yeah, we've been composting for, as I spit in the camera again, good Lord. My mouth just isn't working today. Yeah, we've been composting for years. 10, 12 years we've been composting. We have 2 composters. We turn them regularly. Been throwing food scraps in other than meats and bones. I will refuse to do that. I won't do that, period. That's just inviting trouble. But like I said, most people generally either they're not going to know the law, take the time to research the law, and they're just gonna throw all their stuff in and then blame the bear for being a bear, which is asinine and just stupid. So, but yeah, Vermont can be a little bit of a nanny state. We're going to force you to compost your kitchen scraps. Meanwhile, we are going to deal with cow shit manure runoff. Farmers spread it on their fields. That's fine. But then runs into streams, runs off into the waterways. Lake Carmi, Lake Champlain, St. Albans Bay. All these areas are dealing with algae blooms, the blue-green algae blooms from high levels of phosphorus. You can't throw your kitchen scraps out, but we're not going to do anything to fix the waterways. That's just how asinine Vermont can be. The city of Burlington, swear to God, look this up every year. Every single freaking year, they have sewage that overflows in their failing infrastructure in Burlington that dumps hundreds of thousands of gallons of either untreated or partially treated sewage into Lake Champlain. And then people bitch and moan about plastic bags, because Vermont has banned single-use plastic bags and compost, but we're not going to do anything about the largest city in the state dumping raw frickin' sewage in Lake Champlain. Stupid. People are stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand. That's, you know what? I typically don't get into politics, but that is Burlington's liberal policies failing right there. Their infrastructure is absolutely screwed. Their roads suck. Their sewage overruns. Their tax base is incredibly frickin' high. They fight development tooth and nail. I don't get it. They're just, I don't know, whatever. Get myself all riled up on a beautiful day here. So anyways, hey, let me show you our compost bins. Alright, so here's one of the compost bins. Let me get my cutters off of there. Open this up so you can see the wonderful compost that is in there. That is kind of what your compost should be looking like. Right in there. And we've had this for so long that the locking pin actually broke, so I just have a screwdriver in there. And then here's the garden. Our peas have pretty much gone by. We're going to be planting a second crop. These are our beans. And the beans are pretty much gone by. Cucumber. Yeah. Look at the size of that thing. And then tomatoes, coming along nicely. And Look at those. Nice. Okay, and here is our other compost bin right here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. Oh, look at that compost. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Well, I got you guys out here. I'll show you the lily garden that the wife has. Good view of our little raised bed garden. Okay, so living in Vermont, it can be a little bit of a nanny state at times. And yeah, so compost. It doesn't have to stink.